Good morning, students. This is ninth standard mathematics, chapter 2, real numbers. Before entering into the topic real numbers, let's have a small recap about the previous sessions. Natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers are all the subsets of real numbers. Or otherwise, these numbers are all belonging to real numbers. Two kinds of real numbers are rational numbers and irrational numbers. Let us recall the definition of rational numbers. A rational number is a real number that can be written as a fraction. A rational number written in decimal form is terminating or repeating. And the definition of irrational number is an irrational number is a number that cannot be written as a fraction of two integers. Irrational numbers written as decimals are non-terminating and non-repeating. The decimal number with finite number of decimal places are called terminating decimal expansion, and the decimal number with infinite number of decimal places are called non-terminating decimals. In this mind map, it is very clear that the decimal expansion can be classified into two types. One is terminating decimal expansion and the other one is non-terminating decimal expansion. And the non-terminating decimal expansion can be classified into two types, that are the repeating decimal expansion and non-repeating decimal expansion. A rational number is a number with terminating decimal expansion, and also the number with repeating and non-terminating decimal expansion is called the rational number, and non-terminating, non-repeating decimal expansion is called an irrational number. In this mind map, it is very clear that non-terminating decimal expansion can be classified into two types. One is repeating decimal expansion and other one is non-repeating decimal expansion. Rational numbers can be converted into fraction, but irrational numbers cannot be converted into fraction. It cannot be converted into the form P by Q. The number with the horizontal line is called bar notation. Bar notation shows which number or numbers are repeat. Here 0.3 bar. Here the horizontal line appears above the number 3. So the number 3 only repeated again and again. Therefore 0.3 bar is equal to 0.3333 etc. etc. The number 3 will repeated again and again because it has the horizontal line, that is bar in it. The next number is 0.125 bar. Here the horizontal line appears the numbers 25, isn't it? So the answer is 0.1, 25, 25, 25, etc. etc. And the next one is 0.17 bar. Here the horizontal line appears only the number above the number 7. So the number 7 only repeated again and again. So 0.17 bar is equal to 0.17777 etc. etc. And the last one 0.17 bar is equal to, here the horizontal line appears above the numbers 17, isn't it? So the answer is 0.171717 etc. etc. Now let us see the indices form. Consider a power n. A power n is a shorthand way of writing a into a into a into etc. up to n factors. A is called the base number and n is called the index number. For example, calculate 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to 32. That is, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16, 16 2s are 32. This we can write it in a simple way, that is 2 power 5 is equal to 32, because 2 multiplied by 5 times we can write it as 2 power 5 is equal to 32. Here clearly 2 is called the base number and 5 is called the index number. Before entering into the exercise problems, let us recall the rules of indices. That is, square root of a into square root of b is equal to square root of ab. We can multiply the numbers when the numbers are in square root. Square root of 4 into square root of 6 is equal to square root of 4 6 are 24, square root of 24. Similarly, square root of 4 into square root of 10 is equal to square root of 4 into 10, which is equal to square root of 40. We can multiply the numbers within the square root. Next rule is square root of a into square root of a is equal to a. For example, square root of 4 into square root of 4 is equal to 4 and square root of 13 into square root of 13 is equal to 13. When we multiply the same number in the square root, we can get the same number without the square root. Now, let us start exercise 2.5, which is given in page number 59 in your book. Exercise 2.5, first sum. Write the following in the form of 5 power n. First subdivision is 625. We have to write this 625 in the form of 5 power n. By prime factorization method, we can write this 625 as 5 power n. That is with the base 5. So, prime factorization method, this you know already. 625, in this sum, we have to write in the form of 5 power n. No, so we have to take 5 in the prime factorization. So, this 5 1s are 5, balance 1, 2 5s are 10, balance 2, 25, 5 5s are 25. This prime factorization method you already know. In the previous classes, you learnt it. So, now also 125. So, last number is 5. So, we can take 5 again. So, 2 5s are 10. 12 is here. 12 minus 10 is 2. Balance is 2, 25. So, 5 5s are 25. The last number is 5. So, again we can take 5. 5 5s are 25. This 625 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. Isn't it? 625 can be written as 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. So, 625 is equal to 5 power. How many 5s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 5s are there. So, 5 power 4. Now, we wrote it 625 as 5 power 4. So, the problem is write the following in the form of 5 power n. N can be any natural number. We have to write, we should write with the base 5. So, 625 is equal to, the base is 5 here. We arrived the answer. The base is 5 here and the index is 4. 5 power 4. This is the answer for the first sum, first subdivision. Now, exercise 2.5, first sum, second subdivision. Second subdivision is 1 by 5. We have to write this 1 by 5 in the form of 5 power n. We have to convert this 1 by 5 in the form of 5 power n. Solution. We know already one rule. 1 by a power m is equal to a power minus m. This rule you know already. Here we have 1 by 5. 1 by 5 means 1 by 5 power 1. So this 5 power 1 can be written as 5 power minus 1. So 1 by 5 is equal to 5 power minus 1. So now we wrote 5 by 5 in the form of 5 power n. 5 power n. The base is 5 here. So we arrived the answer 1 by 5 is equal to 5 power minus 1. Exercise 2.5. First sum, third subdivision is square root of 5. We have to write the square root of 5 in the form of 5 power n. So solution, square root of 5. Square root of 5 can be written as, this means 5 power 1 by 2. This you know already. So square root means which is equal to 5 power 1 by 2. So this is the answer. We wrote root 5 as 5 power n. This is the base with the base 5. So square root of 5 is equal to 5 power 1 by 2. This is the answer for the third sum. Next, exercise 2.5, second sum. Write the following in the form of 4 power n. We have to write the following in the form of 4 power n. The first subdivision is 16. So 16 can be written as, by the prime factorization method, 16 here we have to write this in the form of 4 power n. So in this prime factorization we have to take 4 in this place. So 16 can be written as 4 4s are 16. So 16 is equal to 4 into 4. Here 4 is multiplied by 2 times. So we can written this as 4 power 2. So 16 is equal to 4 power 2. This is the answer for the second sum, first subdivision. Exercise 2.5, third sum. Find the value of 49 power 1 by 2. Solution, find the value of 49 power 1 by 2. So 49 power 1 by 2, this can be written as square root of 49 because 1 by 2 we have. So this can be written as square root of 49. So 49 can be written as 7 into 7. This you know already, square root of 7 into 7 is 7. So this is the answer for the third sum. Exercise 2.5, fifth sum. Find the fifth root of first subdivision is 32. So find the fifth root of 32. It can be written as fifth root of 32 can be written as fifth root of 32 like this. So now by prime factorization method, 2. 16 2s are 32. Again 2 can be written as 8 2s are 16. Again 2 table, 4 2s are 8. Again 2 2s are 4. So it is equal to fifth root of 32 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So 32 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to fifth root of 2 into 2 into 2. 2 is multiplied by 5 times. So this can be written as 2 power 5. So here we are taking fifth root. Here 2 appeared 5 times. So we can cancel this both square root and power. So the answer is 2. This is the answer for the fifth sum, first subdivision. Find the fifth root of 243, second subdivision. Find the fifth root of 243. So fifth root of 243 can be written as fifth root of 243. So 243 in the prime factorization method, 243 can be written as by 3 table, 8 3s are 24, 1 3s are 3. Again by 3 table, 3 3s are 2 3s are 6, 7 3s are 21, 3 9 3s are 27, 3 3s are 9. So this 243 can be written as fifth root of 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. 3 is multiplied by 5 times. So fifth root of 3 power 5. 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So it can be written as 3 power 5, and this 5 and 5 getting cancelled. So the answer is 3. This is the fifth root of 243. Now let us practice the problems using the number line. Exercise 2.4. Exercise 2.4 is given in page number 57 in your book. Exercise 2.4, first sum. Represent the following numbers on the number line. Represent the following numbers on the number line. First subdivision is 5.348. 5.348. So this is the number line I draw here. This is the number line. So minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Clearly, this decimal number 5.348 lies between 5 and 6. This number is clearly lies between the numbers 5 and 6. So, now we have to divide the distance between 5 and 6 into 10 equal parts. This number is lies between 5 and 6. So, we have to divide this distance between 5 and 6 into 10 equal parts like this. Now, we have to divide this distance between 5 and 6 into 10 equal parts like this. So, 5.0, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, 5.5, 5.6, 5.7, 5.8 and 5.96. Finally, 6. So, the number 5.3, the next decimal number, the first decimal number is 5.3. So, it is here. So, 5.3, the next number 5.34. So, it will lies between 5.3 and 5.4. So, the next number 5.348, the decimal number lies between 5.3 and 5.4. So, we have to divide this distance between 5.3 and 5.4 into 10 equal parts. Now, I drew the 10 equal parts between 5.3 and 5.4 as 5.30, 5.31, 5.32, 5.33, 5.34, 5.35, 5.36, 5.37, 5.38, 5.39 and finally 5.4. So, now the next decimal number 5.34. 5.34 is appear in this place. In the number line, the 5.34, the number 5.34 is appear here. So, the next number is, decimal number is 8. So, that number is definitely lies between 5.34 and 5.35. So, we have to draw the 10 equal parts between 5.34 and 5.35. So, here the distance between 5.34 and 5.35 can be written as 5.341, 5.342, 5.343, 5.345, 5.346, 5.347, 5.348, 5.349 and 5.35. So now the number 5.348, the decimal number 5.348 is appeared in this place. The number is 5.348 is appeared here. In this place the 5.348, the number is appeared. So we represented the number 5.348 in the number line. I repeat it once again. We have to represent this number in the following number line. First, we have to identify the number, the decimal number lies between which number and which number. So here 5.3 is definitely lies between 5 and 6. So more than 5 only 5.3. So 5.3 lies between 5 and 6. First, point out that two numbers. So we have to divide this distance between 5 and 6 into 10 equal parts. So take this 5 and 6, elaborate. Now elaborate 5 and 6, we can get 5.0, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4 like this. Now the next number is 5.3. So point out this number 5.3. Now we have to find the next 5.34. So 5.34 lies between 5.3 and 5.4. Now we have to elaborate this distance between 5.3 and 5.4 into 10 equal parts like this. That is 5.30, 5.31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 like this. And the number 5.348 is lies between 34 and 35. 5.34 and 35. So similarly, as we elaborate before, we have to elaborate this also. 5.34, the distance between 5.34 and 5.35. So the distance between 5.34 and 5.35 can be written as 5.341, 342, 343, 345 like this. So finally, we represented the number 5.348 in the number line. Exercise 2.6, first sum. Simplify the following. Simplify the following. The first subdivision is 5 root 3 plus 18 root 3 minus 2 root 3. We have to simplify this expression. The question is 5 root 3 plus 18 root 3 minus 2 root 3. Now we can take this root 3 commonly outside because all the three terms having root 3. So we can take this root 3 commonly outside. So the numbers are 5 plus 18 minus 2. We can take this root 3 commonly outside. So inside the bracket we have 5 plus 18 minus 2. Now adding these two numbers, we get 18 plus 5 is 23 minus 2 root 3. Now 23 minus 2 is 21. 21 root 3. This is the answer for the first sum, first subdivision. I repeat it once again. 5 root 3 plus 18 root 3 minus 2 root 3. This expression has three terms. This is the first term, this is the second term, and this is the third term. So all the three terms having root 3 in common. So take this root 3 outside the bracket. So in the first term we already took root 3 outside. The remaining is the number 5. Again here the plus sign, and here we took root 3 outside. The number is 18 minus here also the remaining number is 2. Now simplifying the expression within the bracket first. So 5 plus 18, these two numbers are in the positive sign. So adding these two numbers we will get 23. 23 minus 2 into root 3. 23 minus 2 is 21 root 3. Now exercise 2.6, first sum, third subdivision. Simplify the following. Third subdivision is 3 square root of 75 plus 5 square root of 48 minus square root of 243. The solution is, first write the problem. 3 square root of 75 plus 5 square root of 48 minus square root of 243. Now here we have three terms. In these three terms, no terms is common in all the three. So we have to do the prime factorization. First we should take the number 75. Here we have 5 in the end of the number, so we can take factorize with the number 5. 1 5s are 5, 5 5s are 25. Again this can be taken as 5, 5 3s are 15. Now we can take this 48 by prime factorization method. This is the even number at the end, so we can take 2 here. 2 2s are 4. Again 8 means 4 2s are 8. Again 2 table, 12 2s are 24. Again 2 table, 6 2s are 12. Again 2 table, 3 2s are 6. Next the number is 243. Here we have the number 3. So make the prime factorization with the number 3. Here 8 3s are 24 and 1 3s are 3. Again 3 table, 2 3s are 6, balance 2 21, so 7 3s are 21. Again 3 table, 9 3s are 27. Again 3 table, 3 3s are 9. So now this expression can be written as 3 square root of 75 can be written as 5 into 5 into 3. 5 into 5 into 3. Now we have the symbol plus. Again we have 5 here. 5 square root of 48 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Again minus, the symbol minus, square root of 243 can be written as 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Now we have the square root. Here the number 5 appears 2 times. So we can take 1 5 outside. So 3 into 5. Remaining number is 3, root 3 plus 5 into, here the number 2 appear 2 times here. This is square root. So take 1 2 outside. Again we have the number 2 appears 2 times. So this 2 can be taken outside. The remaining number is root 3 minus, here also we have 3. The number 3 appears 2 times. So take 1 3 outside. Again the number 3 appeared 2 times. This is the square root. So we can take 1 3 outside. So the remaining number is 3. Now simplifying this expression, 3 into 5 is 15. 3 5s are 15 root 3 plus multiplying these numbers, 5 2s are 10. 10 into 2 20. 20 root 3 minus 3 3s are 9. 9 root 3. Now we have 3 terms in this expression. In all the 3 terms we have root 3 in common. So take that root 3 outside the bracket. Now the remaining numbers are 15 plus 20 minus 9. Adding the positive numbers, we get 15 plus 20 is 35 minus 9 into root 3. So 35 minus 9 is 24. 24 into root 3, which is equal to 24 root 3 is the answer for the first sum, third subdivision. I repeat it once again. First we have to write the problem 3 root 75 plus 5 root 48 minus square root of 243. 75 can be factorized like this. 75 can be written as 5 into 5 into 3 and 48 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 and 243 can be written as 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. This is the square root. The number appears 2 times. The number 5 appears 2 times. So we can take 1 5 outside. So 3 into 5, remaining number is 3. Similarly, we have to take 2 outside, 1 2 outside. Here also the number 2 appears 2 times, so take 1 2 outside. The remaining number is root 3. Similarly, we can take here also. Now if we multiply these two numbers, 15, 3 5s are 15 root 3, and here 5 2s are 10, 10 2s are 20 root 3, minus 3 3s are 9 root 3. Now in these 3 terms, the number root 3 is appeared in common in all the 3 terms. So take that root 3 outside the bracket. So inside the bracket we have the numbers 15 plus 20 and minus 9. These two numbers are in the positive sign. So adding these two numbers, we will get 35 minus 9 into root 3. 35 minus 9 is 24. 24 into root 3 is the answer for the first sum, third subdivision. Exercise 2.6, second sum. Simplify the following. First subdivision is square root of 3 into square root of 5 into square root of 2. Solution. The problem is square root of 3 into square root of 5 into square root of 2. Here we have 3 terms. All the terms are in square root. So we can write this numbers as square root of 3 into 5 into 2. Square root of 3 into 5 into 2. So multiplying these 3 terms, we get 3 5s are 15. 15 into 2, 30. Square root of 30. This is the answer for the second sum, first subdivision. Exercise 2.6, second sum, second subdivision. Simplify the following. We have square root of 35 divided by square root of 7. Solution. Problem is square root of 35 divided by square root of 7. So both the terms are in square root. We can take the common square root like this. So the numerator is 35. Here divided symbol is given, so divided by, here the denominator is 7. So square root of 35 divided by square root of 7 can be written as square root of 35 by 7. When we divide 35 by 7, we will get 5. 5 7s are 35. So this can be written as square root of 5. This is the answer for the second sum, second subdivision.